You ever notice how the best things in life don't come easy? See, everybody wants success, everybody wants to grow, but nobody wants to be uncomfortable. And let me tell you something, comfort is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Discomfort, that's where the magic happens. That's the gym for your character, your patience, your hustle. When life stretches you, when it pulls you out of what feels safe, that's not punishment, that's preparation. Discomfort is the doorway to opportunity. You don't get stronger lifting light weights. You don't learn grit by having everything handed to you. If you're sitting around waiting for life to feel perfect before you take that leap, you're gonna be sitting a long time. Let me break it down. When you step into something new, something bigger than you, it's supposed to feel scary. That feeling in your gut, that's not fear, that's potential knocking. That's your destiny asking you, how bad do you want it? And too many people back away when it gets tough, but not you. You've got to learn to lean into it. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Wake up and say, this don't feel good right now, but I know I'm being built. I know I'm being stretched. I know something's on the other side of this. That mindset, that's the game changer. See, you weren't designed to stay small. You were built to grow. And growth don't come without resistance. You got to push through that awkward season, that broke season, that lonely season, that confusing season. All of it. That's training ground. And every person you admire, every success story you hear, they got there by walking through some fire. They didn't avoid it. They walked through it, and they came out sharper, stronger, and more focused than ever. So the next time life shakes you, don't run. Smile, dig deep, and walk through that door. Because that door marked uncomfortable. That's the only one that leads to the life you were meant to live. Pain is a sign of progress. That's something most people don't want to hear, but it's the truth. We've been conditioned to think pain means something's wrong, but sometimes pain is proof that something is working. Growth hurts. That soreness you feel after the workout, that means your muscles are rebuilding stronger. That sting you feel when people doubt you, when plans fall apart, when you fail and fall flat on your face. That's the cost of leveling up. You don't grow when everything's smooth and easy. You grow when you're stretched, tested, and challenged. Pain shows up when you're doing something different, something bold, something that matters. Let me tell you, if you're not feeling a little pressure, a little doubt, a little discomfort, you're probably not moving forward. The road to success is not paved with pillows. It's rough, uneven, full of bumps and detours. And yes, it's painful, but that pain has a purpose. It teaches you, it molds you. It strips away what you don't need and brings out what you didn't know you had. You got to stop looking at pain like a punishment. It's actually confirmation. Confirmation that you're in the game. Confirmation that you're becoming who you're supposed to be. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Embrace it. Because that pain, that's the price of progress. And the return on that investment is always worth it. You don't grow when it's easy. That's just the truth. When everything is going smooth, when life's handing you comfort and convenience, you might feel good, but you ain't growing. Growth happens in the grind. Growth shows up when the alarm clock rings at 5 a.m. and you don't feel like getting up, but you do it anyway. It shows up when you've heard no for the 10th time, but still have the courage to ask again. You grow when you're tired, uncertain, frustrated, but you keep pushing forward. See, The easy days are nice, but they don't build you. The hard days, that's where your strength gets developed. That's where your mindset gets sharpened. That's where your faith gets tested. Nobody becomes great by coasting. You think champions are made on cruise control. No, they're made in the struggle, in the repetition, in the setbacks. Every lesson that ever changed you came wrapped in difficulty. The truth is, you don't even discover who you are until life gets hard. When it's easy, you're just floating. But when it's hard, when you're broken, or barely hanging on, you're forced to look inside and find something deeper, something stronger, something that was always in you, but never got called out until life turned up the heat. So if it's hard right now, good. That means you're on the edge of something. That means growth is knocking. And if you stay in it, if you fight through it, you'll come out on the other side with something you can't buy, can't fake, and can't be taught: unshakable strength. Real growth doesn't come from the easy road. It comes from surviving what was meant to break you. The real you doesn't show up when everything's going right. Anybody can smile when the bills are paid, when the job is secure, when everybody's clapping for you. That's easy. But who are you when the applause stops? Who are you when the lights go out, when your plans fall apart? When you're standing in the middle of the fire with no map and no guarantees? That's when the real you steps forward. Pressure don't break people, it reveals them. Fire burns off the fake, the fluff, the fear. It forces you to look yourself in the mirror and decide, do I fold or do I fight? See, some people spend their whole lives running from the fire, trying to stay safe, trying to avoid pain. But here's the thing, you don't become solid gold without going through some heat. You don't become strong by avoiding hard. That fire you're facing, that's not just a trial. It's a transformation. You're being refined, shaped, prepared. When life gets hot, you learn who you really are, what you're made of, what you believe, and how bad you want it. You find strength you didn't know you had, because life doesn't give you that option to be weak anymore. You either rise or you repeat. And the most powerful part, once you've walked through the fire and survived, you're different. You speak different, move different, think different. You've earned your scars. You've earned your wisdom. You've built something inside of you that can't be shaken by storms or setbacks. So if you're in the fire right now, don't run. Don't beg for it to stop. Let it work. Let it mold you. Because when the smoke clears and the ashes settle, the person standing there won't be the same one who walked in. They'll be stronger, wiser, unstoppable. Everybody wants to shine, but nobody wants to grind. That's the truth right there. Everybody wants the spotlight, the recognition, the success story, but very few are willing to put in the work when no one's watching. See, shining looks good on the outside. People see the car, the clothes, the confidence, the stage. But what they don't see is the early mornings, the late nights, the failures, the tears, the sacrifices. You can't skip the grind and expect the glory. You can't pray for the platform if you're not willing to dig in the dirt where nobody claps for you. That's where the real work happens. In silence, in the struggle, in the days where quitting looks easier than continuing. Everybody says they want it until it's time to pay the price. They want to be successful until they realize success costs time, energy, comfort, relationships, sometimes even sleep and peace of mind. But that's the grind. That's the part most people run from. They want to post results, not process. They want to celebrate the harvest without planting the seed. But life doesn't work like that. You gotta water it, work it, wait on it, and grind when it feels like nothing's happening. That's when most people walk away. But that's also when real champions are made. The grind ain't glamorous. It's lonely. It's dirty. It's repetitive. But that's where character is built. That's where discipline is born. If you can show up and grind when nobody's cheering for you, you've already separated yourself from the crowd. So stop worrying about the shine. Focus on the grind. Because when you do it right, the shine will come. Not just a temporary shine, but a glow that comes from knowing you earned every bit of it. And that kind of shine, it can't be dimmed. Comfort breeds complacency. That's just how it goes. The moment you get too comfortable, you stop reaching, you stop stretching, you start settling. And let me tell you something, settling is the slow death of potential. It doesn't show up all at once. It creeps in little by little. You start saying, this is good enough, instead of, I know I'm built for more. You start making excuses instead of making moves. Comfort whispers in your ear, telling you to take it easy, to play it safe, to stop pushing so hard. And before you know it, you're living a life 10 levels below what you're capable of. You weren't created to just survive. You were born to thrive. But thriving requires hunger. It requires you to be uncomfortable. See, when you're uncomfortable, you're alert, you're learning, you're growing. But when you're too comfortable, you become lazy with your purpose. You lose your edge. Comfort turns drive into routine. You and routine into regret. You stop dreaming big and start playing small. And not because you can't do more, but because comfort has convinced you that you don't need to. But here's the truth. Everything you want, everything you dream about, is sitting just outside that zone where you're comfortable. If you stay in that bubble too long, life will pass you by. Opportunity don't knock forever. If you want more, you've got to move. Shake things up, challenge yourself. Say yes to things that scare you. Take the leap even when your knees are shaking. Don't let comfort cost you your calling. Don't trade growth for convenience, because the life you're capable of, it doesn't live in comfort. It lives in courage. God or life, however you want to look at it, ain't just going to hand it to you. That dream you have, that vision in your heart, that next level you keep thinking about, it's not coming with a gift tag and a bow. You got to go get it. You got to work for it. Life don't reward the wishful. It rewards the relentless. A lot of people are sitting around, waiting for a sign, waiting for a perfect moment, waiting for someone to open the door. But let me tell you something. Sometimes the door doesn't open because you were meant to build your own. You think success is supposed to fall into your lap just because you want it bad. No, you're being shaped, molded, tested, not punished, prepared. See, people love to pray for blessings, but they forget that preparation is part of the blessing. The struggle is part of the blessing. The confusion, the setbacks, the late nights, the silence, that's the furnace. That's where you get forged. And it's in that season when most people give up. They think, if it was meant to be, it would be easier. No, if it's meant to be, it'll be worth it. But you still got to go through it. That's the deal. That's how growth works. You're not being denied. You're being developed. You've got to prove that you're ready, that you can handle it, that you have the character to carry what you're asking for. The grind is not the enemy. It's the gateway. God isn't being silent. He's watching to see how you show up when there's no applause. Life isn't being unfair. It's asking you, do you really want this? Or is it just a fantasy? So stop waiting. Stop hoping it'll land in your lap. Get up, show up, and fight for it. Because nothing real, nothing great, nothing lasting ever comes without the work. Your destiny is on the other side of that fear. That fear you feel, that tightness in your chest, that voice in your head telling you you're not ready, not qualified, not good enough. That's the sign you're close, real close. Fear shows up right before the breakthrough, right before the shift. It's not a stop sign, it's a signal. That thing you're scared to do, that conversation you've been avoiding, that leap you've been hesitating to take, that vision you've been keeping quiet because it feels too big. On the other side of that is everything you've been praying for, you working for, dreaming about. But most people let fear stop them. They treat it like a wall when it's really a door. The fear doesn't go away just because you wait. It doesn't shrink because you ignore it. The only way out is through. You've got to step into it. You've got to face it head on. Because once you do, once you walk through that fear, you realize it was never as powerful as you thought. It was just smoke, noise, a test. And on the other side is confidence, strength, clarity, purpose. See, your destiny isn't hiding from you. It's waiting on you. It's standing right there, just beyond that fear you've been feeding. And the truth is, fear will always be part of the journey. Every level comes with a new set of doubts, a new set of risks. But courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving anyway. So don't let fear be the thing that holds you back another year, another month, another day. Don't give it that power. Stand up, speak up, step up, because your future is calling, and it's not going to wait forever. You either move through fear, or you get moved by it. And only one of those leads to the life you were born to live. So here's the truth. You're not here to live small, play it safe, or stay comfortable. You were built for more. You were created to grow, to rise, to stretch into the fullest version of who you are. And that version, that powerful, unstoppable, purpose-driven version of you, it's not found in comfort. It's found in the struggle. It's forged in the fire. It's discovered in the moments you feel like quitting, but decide to keep going anyway. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your training ground. Fear is not your wall. It's your invitation. Pain is not punishment. It's preparation. Every obstacle, every setback, every hard season is shaping you, stretching you, and setting you up for something greater. But you've got to lean into it. You've got to stop running from what's hard and start recognizing it as the path to who you're becoming. So the next time life gets uncomfortable, and it will, don't shrink, don't back down. Smile, stand tall, and say, this is where I grow. This is where I rise. Because the life you've been dreaming of, it's not found in comfort. It lies right on the other side of it. Now go get it.